Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Crime Time with Jess. We are going to be talking about Jody Sue Brown, Andy Bernard, and the Summer Wells case.
Y'all go over there and ask why exactly it is he was selling drugs to the children at 110. Why he was potentially causing little girls over there to be sedated and to be touched with the shit he was selling over there. Go ask. Because I have fucking questions. Not standing in front of him anymore. Yeah. And I found about a few days before all the shit went down. I'm not kidding, dude. And I got the fucking receipts on it. And I'm sure law enforcement does as well. He had known Summer was also being abused, and he hid it from everybody, including me. And he was very much selling drugs to the children at 110, and to Candace for those children. Now, what all that was, I don't know. But I do know it was happening. And I very much think it plays a role in what was happening to other little girls over there. And I very much do think that it could be part of why Summer looked so asleep. Is maybe possibly Candace giving her the shit Andy was selling to her. So go ask. Because I still have fucking questions. And I think that it was occurring since before the Utah trip. It is part of why Josie was taken to Utah. Even though that was kind of a fucking lie, right? Why he went to Utah. But it's Andy's fault. And Candace's. You remember Candace saying Josie was, or Alice, or one of them talking about how Josie was using, and it was the reason he was taken. It's not the reason Josie was taken out there. But shit occurring around that time is why. He's responsible for it, from before Utah until. So you go ask him why he was selling drugs to those children. And to Candace for the children. Go ask. And ask him what type other than weed.
Drive-through. And then while we were in the drive-through, her husband calls her talking about this dude named Andy or Andrew on the property that's been there for like a week or so, she told me, that keeps stalking little kids.
Who's that?
Some dude named like Andy or Andrew, I have no idea who it was.
Okay. And why did Don call?
I have no idea. He just called. I don't even know if he was working at the time.
Okay.
But if he was working, he obviously wouldn't know that.
This dude named Andrew, Don calls Candace.
And tells her about, I don't know if his name is Anthony Andrews or something with an A.
And tell me about that conversation.
All I heard was...
And how did you hear it?
I heard because I asked her why he called.
Okay.
The only thing that she told me from the phone call is that there was some dude, Andrew, Anthony, Andy, whatever it was, just the name A.
Okay.
That's all I remember. Is that he's been up on the property for a week or two, trying to, like, I guess she said touch the little kids. That's what I...
So what was your gut feeling when you read that it's done?
My gut feeling was that either they had something to do with it.
Who's they?
Her and Andy.
Okay.
Or it was all of them together, like every single one of them in the family.
Where do you think...
So, you guys, after listening to all of that, I think we are a lot closer to finding out the truth of what happened to Summer Wells. When Jody Sue Brown went on a live stream and said what she said, she was very angry with Andy Bernard for going on his first live stream. And there's an old saying that if you ever want to know how someone feels about you or feels about a situation, piss them off. And they'll tell it all. And I think that's exactly what happened here. I'm aware that Andy Bernard has now started his own YouTube channel, and that he is pointing the finger right back at Jody Sue and saying that Jody Sue was the person that was dealing with Candace, basically dealing her drugs, so to speak. I think the truth lies somewhere in the middle. I think they are both equally as guilty. I think Jody Sue and Andy Bernard were both doing the same exact thing. If you look at their past records, they have been caught for dealing drugs in the past, and they both had the exact same charges. So a long time ago, 11 months ago, in fact, Hunter did that interview. And when Chris McDonough released the uncut version, where Hunter names Andy as the Wells' drug dealer, Jody Sue had a very adverse reaction to that. She went on a live stream. I remember watching this live stream live, and she got very defensive. She started calling Andy her Andy, that, her Andy, my Andy would never do that, and my Andy was not doing that. She has also said in the past that if Andy was dealing drugs, that she didn't know about it. She didn't know nothing about it. Now we're hearing a completely different thing, because she definitely knew about it. She knew about it before Donna ever even went to Utah. So again, the truth of this lies somewhere in the middle. Jody Sue Brown said a long time ago that the key lies with her. And guess what, Jody? I believe you. Keep talking, and Andy, keep talking as well, because I think both of you are going to lead us to what really happened to Summer. It's certainly taken you long enough.